Leviticus is the third book of the Hebrew Bible. It sits right after the dramatic story of the Exodus from Egypt, and just before the Israelites begin their long journey in Numbers. Many readers find Leviticus daunting and difficult, seeing a dense collection of laws about sacrifices and strange purity rules. So they skip it, missing the wisdom within its pages. But to understand the whole biblical narrative, we must engage Leviticus. It is not merely a list of outdated regulations. It is a guide for how a community newly freed from slavery was to build a society in the presence of a holy God. Its central question: how can imperfect people live near a perfect, holy God? Leviticus provides the answer. It is a theological and practical blueprint for a sacred relationship, outlining structures to manage the meeting of divine and human. It shows how to approach God, resolve sin and impurity, and live ethically with justice and compassion. Think of it as an essential instruction manual for a holy people with a holy God. The first major section of Leviticus details the sacrificial system. This can feel alien to modern readers, but offerings were the primary language of worship for ancient Israel. Tangible communication with God. People brought gifts not as bribes but as devotion, gratitude, and desire for reconciliation. There are 5 principal sacrifices: the burnt offering, complete surrender to God; the grain offering, bloodless thanksgiving; the peace offering, a shared meal symbolizing communion; the sin offering, purification for unintentional defilement of sacred space; the guilt offering, reparation for violations of trust or holy things, requiring restitution plus 20%. These were ordered rituals with deep symbolism. Sin creates a real barrier between humans and God, disrupting community and profaning holy space. Yet the system demonstrates God's grace, providing a clear path to atonement and reconciliation. It holds the seriousness of sin together with divine mercy and restorative justice. After the sacrifices, Leviticus turns to the priests. Chapters 8 to 9 recount the ordination of Aaron and his 4 sons, a sacred public consecration with washings, anointing, and blood on right ear, thumb, and big toe, signifying total dedication. All they heard, all they did, everywhere they went. After a week, Aaron offers the first sacrifices and blesses the people. God's glory appears, fire comes from the Lord and consumes the offering, divine endorsement of priesthood and ritual. A moment of communal celebration and awe. Then tragedy in chapter 10. Nadab and Abihu offer unauthorized fire. Fire from the Lord consumes them, swift, sobering judgment. A brutal, unforgettable lesson. God's holiness is not to be trifled with. It demands reverence, respect, precise obedience. Priests are guardians of the sacred, teaching holy versus common, clean versus unclean. Their faithful service sustains life with God. Good intentions alone are not enough. Obedience matters. Chapters 11-15 address purity and impurity, the rhythms of life and worship. These are ritual categories, not simply hygiene or moral sin. Unclean meant temporarily incompatible with the tabernacle. The laws create a rhythm, separation and restoration. Dietary laws: clean animals, split hoof and chewing cud, fish with fins and scales, cattle and sheep permitted, pigs, camels, shellfish and birds of prey forbidden. Reasons suggested include hygiene, rejecting pagan practices, and symbolic order. Whatever the reason, these rules formed identity. Every meal an act of obedience. Childbirth brings temporary impurity, celebrated yet marked by blood loss and rest. Zara'at, often called leprosy, covers a range. Priests diagnose, quarantine, and restore. Bodily discharges for men and women had protocols, washing and time, signaling boundaries of life and decay. Fluids tied to life and its loss made ritual impurity. Not moral guilt, but distance from wholeness. After purification and time, all could return, ordering life so everyone could participate in Israel's sacred life. At Leviticus's center, chapter 16 describes the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, a national reset, one solemn day when accumulated sin and impurity are addressed. Only the high priest enters the most holy place, first atoning for himself and his household. 2 goats are chosen by lot, one for the Lord, as a sin offering. Its blood purifies the sanctuary from the people's sins. On the other goat, the high priest confesses iniquities, transgressions, and sins, transferring guilt. The goat is led to an uninhabited land and released, sin carried away. A vivid sign that guilt is removed from the camp. The nation experiences collective relief, relationship restored. Together, purification and removal renew covenant life with God for another year. Despite failings, the covenant endures in peace and holiness. The final section is often called the Holiness Code, chapter 17:26. Focus shifts from sanctuary to everyday life. Its frame, "You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy." Holiness is for the whole nation. Chapter 19 intertwines ritual and ethics. Love your neighbor as yourself. It looks like fair wages, leaving gleanings for poor and immigrants, honest measures, special care for the vulnerable, the deaf, blind, and elderly. Holiness is social and just. The code forbids exploitative sexual practices, idolatry, mediums, and pagan mourning rites. Distinct identity. It sets sacred rhythms of time, festivals of Passover, weeks and tabernacles, plus Sabbath years and Jubilee, land rests, debts released, inheritance restored. Business, labor, land care, family life. Every sphere lives before God. No hard, sacred, secular divide. The Holiness Code calls Israel to embody God's character in communal life, creating a society of justice, compassion, and order. Leviticus, often seen as irrelevant or inaccessible, is profound and foundational. How can flawed humans live in community with a holy God? Its answer is a societal blueprint, ritual order, social justice, and sacred awareness. It maps the way through sacrifice, priesthood, and purity, offers communal repair on the Day of Atonement, and extends holiness into marketplace and home. Sacrifices teach the gravity of sin and grace of atonement. Priesthood shows the seriousness of worship and mediation. Purity laws instill respect for boundaries of life, death, and the sacred, linking devotion to love for neighbor. God cares for justice, honesty, and compassion. Leviticus's core principles remain relevant. True worship permeates daily life, cultivating justice, mercy, and integrity, so our lives testify to God's goodness and justice.